Hi there, Steph. Thanks for popping by. So, today's card were made using a Clearly Besotted stamp set and a Simon's stamp stencil, and both are presents from my crafty friend Lisa for my birthday. So, thank you very much. They were cards I was hoping to be able to share before Christmas. And it just didn't happen. But I had prepared the video. I just needed to do the voiceover, and now I'm doing the voiceover. I thought I'd share it anyway, because even if it's not a Christmas themed card you may be thinking of, I think this stencil is brilliant. You can use it with pretty much any theme, and it's just, the layout can be used for lots of different cards. It doesn't have to be a Christmas wreath. Is there a wreath or wreath? A wreath. You don't have to have like the Christmas theme. You can do anything with the stencil at the background and centered image and a little greeting. So there we go. So I basically did 3 cards with the main layout, the same layout. So the wreath in the middle, the little greeting, and then I just did a little mask for the wreath, and then I got cracking with the ink blending. Sorry, so I'm really struggling with the ink blending tool. It's a good tool, but I just can't do it right. I can't ink blend regularly, smoothly, like make it like one color. It's always too dark in one spot and too light on the side, and I probably don't have a lot of arm muscle, but I don't do a great job. So I really like that stencil because that works really well for me, because it's smaller chunks to color or to ink blend. And then I use sponge dough, but it's like having little tiny finger gloves with a sponge at the end. It's quite funny. And I got loads of them, so you can like use them on different colors and stuff like that. So basically I just you've seen me do it. I talk so much that I'm well behind. I've just color blended the different colors that match the two red and green that match the wreath. So I was gonna use some distressing, sorry, and then I thought, oh, let's just use exactly the same colors. So I'm using the Altenew Crisps Inks, and I've used the Altenew Crisps Inks for the stamping and the ink blending, so it all matches, and I think it looks nicer like that. So in the end, I thought something was missing, and when I ink blended, I kind of missed the bottom right, and I thought it looked a bit odd, and I was thinking it could do with something a little bit brighter, and my friend Nono bought me a little cardboard drawer thing a few months back actually, and there was some washi tape in it, and it's funny because I never use washi tape, but here the gold one worked really well, so here we go. So then the second one, I wanted to do an kind of overlay, so I did a layer of green dots, and I went with a light hand and then with a heavier hand, so you can see it's a bit darker in places, so that's on purpose. And then I use a darker green as well, so again same color than the wreath, so it all matches, because it's a busy card. I mean, from a visual point of view, it's quite busy in the end. The green, the red, the overlay, overlay, whatever, you know what I mean. I think it's quite a lot visually, so I wanted the colors to kind of remain harmonized. So here we go. So yeah, it's quite a lot. So in order to kind of break that and add some contrast, I use a white gel pen, and I will do some dotted lines around the green circles. What I didn't mention before is that I felt the need, the uncontrollable need, to add some Prismacolor pencil, which is ridiculous because you can't see it. But when I color, I feel better about it. So anyway, that's my my little crazy me, but you can't see that very well either because it's quite tiny, but the white gel pen does add, it's quite nice. It adds a little bit of dimension, and I do really like that. And I've propped up all the little elements on a piece of double-sided foam tape. You can see there's a bit of dimension there, and I've done that on all the cards, and I think it looks quite nice because otherwise it's quite flat. I do like the fact that I did when I don't have the dies that go with that stamp set obviously, but I cut the wreath so that it would leave a little white gap, so that gives me that contrast. So the wreath, I hope it's wreath and not ref, because otherwise it sounds silly. The wreath pops up, and obviously here's some glossy accent. I've not used it in ages. It was all clogged up, and I really need to buy some new this super fine applicator thingy with the lid, because mine's are really like out of shape. So here's the third one. For the third one, I went all red, just one color, quite simple. I went almost as close as the edge, and then you know that moment where you think you stamped in the middle of the card and it turns out you haven't? By filling up the coloring with the stencil, ink blending with the stencil, I actually realized that one side was, sorry, the Wreath was more on one side than the other. So I kind of had to trim the card. So that was interesting. But then I kind of, you know, you end up with like a panel that's narrower than your card. So that's where the washi tape comes in place. So I use a bit of washi tape. I've trimmed the card, obviously. And I have or I will, I can't remember, sorry. No, I will. And then it will just add a little bit of sparkle. And I think that washi tape was surprisingly nice. I also bought some tape just before Christmas, which is more like a glittery tape. I thought it was ribbon. Turns out it was quite cheap, so it wasn't great for ribbon, but it would have been great for cards because the back was kind of plasticky ribbon, if you know what I mean. So you could quite easily put some double-sided tape on that and glue that onto a card, and with the glitter, it really sparkles. And I have a thing with glitter and sparkle at the moment, so that's really something I really enjoy. I know Christmas is gone, but I still like sparkle. It's still quite dark, so you still get that light thing that reflects on everything shiny and so on. So yeah, I trim my card a little bit just to make it fit into my gap, and I add it onto my card. So that was card I made for James's teaching assistant, and the lady that helps the class as well, I think once a week. I asked James who he wanted to give cards to, so he told me I have to do a card for this person, and one for this person, and one for this person. So I really wanted to use that stamp set my friend Lisa brought me. I really liked it because I thought it was a good way of doing some, I'm looking for the word now, mass production cards, and I love that stencil as well. So thanks again. I hope you find the card interesting. I know it's a bit late, but I hope you can apply that layout to something else. So thanks very much for watching. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. Bye!